it's Jenny J, 1911. So we are here. It is a Tuesday night live, and thank you all for joining. I see some people are being overachievers. I had somebody comment on here an hour ago and say T minus 60, Cowboy Jeff. So we definitely have some fan favorites in the house here. We've got Cowboy Jeff with us tonight. Michael Dunn is here. Brian's Custom Canvas actually showed up early. Brian, way to go. Special round of applause for Brian, because Brian usually is fashionably late, and he said he didn't want to be called out like I called him out last week. So good for you, Brian. You did not get called out this week. And he thought maybe his shirt was inside out. So I don't know, Brian, you might want to check your tags, and I can't help you out there. Let's see. Affordable Armory is here. Affordable Armory. I have to give you a special shout out here in just a second. Stephen Hall is here. Great to see you. Reese is here. Good to see you, Reese. Thanks for coming. And Walter Bunning, Mr. Bunning is here, missing that startup of the school year, I'm sure, since he's retired from teaching now. DJ Play Nice is here. Great to see you. MCF is here. Woo! MCF, you are a super chat king. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm like, I'm already having fun. So I got lost. Sorry, squirrel. Whenever I see those little boxes pop up, it gets me all excited. So let's see. Scott Parker is here. Hey, Scott, good to see you. He says hello to you and that other guy too. LOL. That other guy is, yeah, he's just off in the wings. So he says hi back. And Michael Dunn, thank you so much, Michael Dunn. This is what, I don't know if you guys heard the story. I had a Brazilian exchange student that always used to do this, and that's half a heart. I never understood that. So I'm sending my love to you and thank you for your financial support. And you have to make the other side of the heart. So, you can always hold your hand up to the screen for me. So anyway, it's great to see everybody. And I said a second ago that I wanted to give Affordable Armory a special shout out, and I'm going to tell you why. So earlier tonight, I don't know if you guys saw, I posted, Michael Dunn, why is your heart broken? No. Oh, you have to, it's two halves of the heart. Okay. It looks like a broken heart, Michael Dunn. Don't scare me like that. And also, Michael Dunn, look what I have right here. And I have the shirt to match it. So, Affordable Armory tonight saw something that I posted on YouTube. I almost said Facebook. On YouTube. And I had posted that I reached my 2,000th subscriber today. And so I was so excited for that I took a screenshot and showed that I had, over 2,000 subscribers. So he commented on that and he said, well, when you hit 2011, make sure that you take a picture of that and post it. And I said, I will definitely do that. So then I said, what'd be really cool is if we had a live campaign tonight and we were able to reach 2011 while I'm on air. So, so anyway, Affordable Armory went on his YouTube, shared one of my videos and said, hey, everybody, go check out her channel. And let's try to get her up to 2011 subscribers tonight. So I wanted to give Affordable Armory a special shout out. Make sure if you guys haven't subscribed to Affordable Armory that you head over to his channel and do that too, because he is putting out great content. I won't tell you about the most recent video that he did. It is not a gun that I've had access to yet, but it is a new gun. So super excited. I haven't had a chance to watch the video yet, but I saw he just posted that. So you guys will have to check that out after my live. after my live. Also, make sure you click the like button on this video. Please, 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 please. So right now we are up to 2,002 subscribers on according to my YouTube studio. So that's pretty cool. 2,002 subscribers, nothing to sneeze at, especially considering I posted my first video on my oldest daughter's birthday, which was February 11th. So I will never forget the date that I posted my first YouTube video because it was my daughter's 18th birthday. So that's pretty cool. Maybe for me, I don't know for her if she really is excited by that, but you know, she has to support her mom. She is now at college and, you know, she is a music major. She's in her freshman year and I just dropped her off a week and a half ago. She's doing well so far. I asked her if she'd had any trouble with her wobbly bed because I had to put her wobbly bed. She wanted her bed. They have beds in their dorm. They have regular beds that you can loft. They have the pieces to loft the bed if you want them lofted. So she said, I really want my bed lofted. So I lofted her bed for her. But unfortunately, the bed was like the whole time. And I kept thinking, oh my gosh, am I a bad mom because I'm leaving her here in this wobbly bed? I told her roommate, I said, let me know if there are any accidents. So, you know, we used all of the braces and brackets and everything that they provided in the room. And I don't know that there was a better way to do it. But anyway, I asked her the other day, I said, so, you know, how's the bed? Are you having any trouble with the wobbly bed? And she said, no trouble yet. I haven't fallen out of the bed yet. But every time I wake up in the morning, all my pillows and stuffed animals are clear down on the floor, but I'm not. So it's a win. So I was like, okay, well, glad she has a good attitude about it. But in mommy brag news, she did audition for their top jazz band at her college and she got in. So she's one of 2 alto saxophones in their jazz band. And so that's pretty exciting because, you know, as a college freshman auditioning, I don't know how many other people auditioned. I had asked her, I said, how did your audition go? And she said it was terrible. Well, I'm guessing it wasn't as terrible as she said. So, and then my other daughter started her first day of school yesterday. She is a sophomore in high school. So, whew, boy, and my stepson is a senior this year. So big things happening in our household, in the Jenny J 1911 household. So that's pretty cool, but that's a little bit of my personal stuff going on here, just so, you know, all of my faithful subscribers know what's happening with Jenny J. Brian asked, are you gracefully acclimating to the empty nest? No, because we still have 2 here. So we're not really empty nesting yet. And, you know, what's minus 1 kid when you still have 2 more? They're all needing different things at different times of the day. So, you know, so a little bit of sad news today. I'm sure you'll all feel sorry for me. Talking with my coworkers, and, you know, we've been shooting our trap league and, it's the company trap team. Found out today that this Thursday is our last summer league trap meet. So I was very sad because day after tomorrow will be my last trap shoot. It looks like we are not shooting the fall league. The jury's still out on that. We're not sure yet. So hoping that we get to, if we do, fall league starts next week. So if we get to shoot fall league, I'll still get to shoot for, I think it's like a 13 or 14 week season. So I'll still get to shoot for a couple more months. But if not, Jenny J is done with her competitive trap shooting. Darn it. So Michael Dunn asks, can't you shoot in the snow? Well, of course you can. You know, that's one thing I've noticed about the guys who go out and shoot clays. they're out in all kinds of weather. And it just flooded out at Gateway about a month ago. And I think that is the only time I have seen the trap field empty, when there was water that was about 4 feet deep. So they, trap and skeet shooters, they are not to be deterred. They are out there all the time. So they're even out there like before the facility actually opens, they're out there. So it's just, they're very dedicated shooters. So Trap League, yes, that's my sad news. I wanted to ask you guys if you have heard about the story that happened in Chicago. So in Chicago, I think yesterday or Sunday, no, it was 1:27 a.m. Monday morning. Chicago police say, now remember, this is Chicago, okay? Remember the government in Chicago. Chicago police say a concealed carry license holder thwarted an attempted carjacker by returning gunfire, critically wounding the offender, but walking free himself unscathed. The 45-year-old male victim was in his vehicle at approximately 1:27 a.m. on Monday in the Austin neighborhood. I guess that's in the, I think they said like on the north side, maybe. I'm not really familiar with Chicago, but apparently this guy that was sitting in his car was approached by an unknown male, and the offender, the unknown male, produced a handgun and fired shots at the victim while the guy's sitting in his car, right? Luckily, the victim, reported to be a concealed carry license holder, was armed and returned to fire. He struck the offender one time in the upper chest area. The offender was transported by the Chicago Fire Department to Loyola Hospital in critical condition, and the offender's gun was recovered on the scene. The victim did not sustain any injuries in the incident, and the incident remains under investigation, and I guess that's pretty much it. So over the weekend in Chicago, there were 4 witnessed murders. And so, you know what I say? It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy that, I don't know. I feel like the concealed carry crowd doesn't get enough of the positive press that it deserves. Like this. I mean, I told you guys about the armed robberies that happened here in the St. Charles area about a month ago. And the guy who was a CCW, a license, he had a gun, and he went out to his car and he was able to shoot the offender and killed him. He probably saved a lot of lives by doing that. So it just, I feel like here's another instance of, this is why we carry. And I say it all the time. And I post that, I have a personal Facebook, and I post those kinds of things on my personal Facebook too. I'm like, this is why we carry. If you have people in your life that you care about, that's why we carry, right? You never know when you're going to have to defend somebody, whether it's yourself, whether it's somebody you love, whether it's a stranger or a bystander. You just never know. So it's kind of crazy. Reese said only 4. Yeah, I know that number. Well, you notice that it said witnessed murders. So that makes me think they're adding more into the non-witnessed murders. I don't know what constitutes witnessed versus non-witnessed. I don't know, but yeah, 4 seems very low. Reese recommends get a cross-draw carjacking holster. There you go. That's actually a really good idea. Cowboy Jeff says, hopefully crime will stop soon, either by CCW or perfectly the police. Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice. Brian's Custom Canvas says, remember all, when in a situation at the scene, your defensive arm will be obtained throughout the investigation. May take a while to retrieve. Yes, that's true. You have to be prepared that if, you are faced with that situation, it's not like they're going to just say, oh yeah, go ahead and take your gun home with you. Good job. So yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the unfortunate parts about it. But, I think honestly, that's a small price to pay if you've done something good and positive. So, Michael Dunn says, I do not go anywhere without a protection program, LOL. And honestly, there are lots of ways to protect yourselves. I'm sitting here right now in my basement. Not that I feel threatened by anything. Obviously, I don't have any guns near me or anything, but here in my pocket, I have my pocket knife even. I carry that with me everywhere. And, even that is just a small form of defense. You just never know when you might need something like that. So yeah, there are lots of ways you can help defend yourself. There was another story actually I wanted to share with you guys too. I thought this was really funny and actually a very good point. So I'm sure you've all heard of Joe Rogan. Okay. So podcaster Joe Rogan from the Joe Rogan Experience called out Hollywood on Friday for being anti-gun, yet glorifying guns in films. Rogan smoked, probably, I don't know, maybe he did, but he also spoke with comedian Tim Dillon about Hollywood's hypocrisy on firearms during a recent episode of his podcast. He said, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm not going to repeat exactly how he said it, but he said, isn't it wild that Hollywood in general is very anti-gun, but they promote guns more than any other media on the planet? How great of a point is that? Seriously, Joe Rogan, that's so true. He elaborated saying all their best movies, whether it's The Gray Man or whether you're watching The Terminal List or Mission Impossible, it's all guns save the day. Guns kill aliens. Guns kill werewolves. Guns kill everyone. Everyone bad gets killed by guns. Rogan then paraphrased the Hollywood mindset when commenting on politics in real life, adding, but guns are bad and you shouldn't have guns. It's crazy. So, yeah, I thought that is such a great point. And I'm sure some of you have thought that before. Kudos to Joe Rogan for saying it, right? So I just thought that was really a really, really great point. Dillon responded by calling out wealthy Hollywood elites for numerous political hypocrisies, saying, well, these are also the same people that live in these 20,000 square foot homes and fly private jets to talk endlessly about climate change. The same people. So, yeah. I love hearing stories like that. I love when people are willing to, as what I would call a minority, just because they think differently than the bulk of Hollywood. So basically, when they think conservatively, I love when they are like, I'm going to say what I want to say. I have to listen to what you're saying all the time. So I'm going to say what I'm thinking. So I just really, I love hearing stories like that when people actually say that kind of stuff. Me First says, and I don't doubt this at all. I'm going to put this up here so everybody can see it. Here in California, our local sheriff is stalling CCW applications. Unbelievable. But Me First, is it really unbelievable? Yeah. I mean, I would like to say it's unbelievable, but it's not really, is it? It's also kind of scary when people use their power in that way, just because, like, is that really his authority to be able to stall a CCW application like that? I would say probably not. So that kind of stinks. Brian's Custom Canvas says, that was beautiful how he placed the verbiage. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Brian's Custom Canvas also said, New York just reinstalled CCW permits to avoid another lawsuit. Yeah. Well, let's all remain optimistic, and let's just hope that there's always going to be a shift in that tide. Right? I mean, look at how many people or how many states have gone to constitutional carry. In Missouri, we can open carry. I love my state. I do love my state of Missouri. It's just really, it's a really great state to live in. But I can't imagine living in some of the East Coast states, some of the West Coast states that have these, or Illinois, that have these laws in place. I'd be really interested if Scott Parker is still here. I know Scott lived in Texas for a while, I think, right? And then now is back in Illinois. So I'd be kind of interested, Scott, if you want to toss a comment down there about how you feel those differences are. I mean, it just has to be going from the state of Texas to the state of Illinois. And I think you're originally in Illinois, right? So I can't imagine. We talked to a guy at the NRA show in Houston in May. He was one of the exhibitors, and he was from California, and he was talking about their laws out there. And, I'm not sure if it was him or if it was somebody else, but we were told that even to buy ammunition in California, you have to have a background check. I mean, well, there's plenty of reason to become a reloader right there, right? So, oh my, it's mind-boggling. It's just absolutely mind-boggling how much control some of these states are getting and using and practicing, So, all right, MCF needs some help. He is making a decision. I don't know if you all saw this. He says he has to choose a 12-gauge shotgun for auxiliary duties. Now I lost it. It just disappeared on me. Okay, there it is. They provide their own autoloader or pump. So he wants to know from you guys. So let's help him out, because that's what we do. That's what the J Crew does. Let's help MCF out. Should he get an autoloader or a pump? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to see if my husband wants to weigh in on this too. I hear him jotting notes over there, so hopefully he'll have something to share too. But I would be interested to see. Stephen Hall says auto load. Michael Dunn says semi-auto. Let's see. Is this your advice? Okay, so my husband recommends Benelli M2 or 4 or a Mossberg 940 tactical. So those are his recommendations. Aren't you glad? Like, I know people have asked and asked when I can have him come on the show. He is a behind the camera guy, but I tell you what, he will be more than happy to help answer a question and write a note. So that's his advice. I couldn't have come up with that. Walter Bunning says that's correct, Jenny. Background check to buy ammo. I can't believe it. Affordable Armory says can't beat a good pump. Mossberg 590 or Remington 870. Critter recommends a mag-fed 12-gauge semi-auto. Reese says autoloader. Cowboy Jeff says, I love the racking of a pump. You know what? I'm with you, Cowboy Jeff. There's just something about that sound, right? I don't know. I love that. But I think that's also one of the reasons I really like a lever action. I don't know. There's something about sounds, or like when you rack the slide of a really nice, smooth 1911, that sound. I think I should probably record all those different sounds, and maybe that could be something that like my members get as a member perk. You can like download all those sounds and make them your ringtone or something. Reese says hubby can join the chat. Yeah, he could. I don't know. I think that he likes writing the notes and putting them up there for me. Cowboy Jeff says, yes, M4, the best of the best. So that's good. Wiley Thompson. Hey, good to see you, Wiley. He says pump. So Michael Dunn says he's always wanted a lever action 30-30 someday. Maybe someday. Yes, Michael Dunn, I agree. And tomorrow is someday, so why not tomorrow? Or even tonight. I mean, you could go on Gunbroker and find something and get it tonight, right? Brian's Custom Canvas says, pump. I have Mossberg 590 A1 full length extended tube with an additional stock feed. Nice. MCF. Oh, that's a good point. I don't want to have to carry any more mags. I have to carry 4 for the pistol, 7 for the AR. The idea of carrying shotgun mags makes my back and hips cry. Well, MCF, I hope you have a hot tub so that you can relax your hips at the end of the day and get a good soaking in, and maybe take some ibuprofen or something on top of it. I don't know. Stephen Hall agrees with me. Lever rifles are the best. Cowboy Jeff says he's going to give my hubby the front row seat. Actually, Cowboy Jeff, I hate to tell you this, but I think my hubby has the front row seat because he's like just a few feet away from me. So, Brian's Custom Canvas, my Mossberg is also paired with the M7 bayonet. Bayonets are so cool. Seriously, like so cool. But, bayonets are very different from like the bayonets of the American Revolution, which I think are like the coolest bayonets. But that's just me. I don't know. Michael Dunn recommends MCF. I think this is a great idea. He says that you need to get a backpack for your mags. You definitely do. They make very nice tactical backpacks. So you could get a backpack to carry all your stuff in, MCF. MCF says he should specify the shotgun will be used for backup officer role only. No breaching, just cover roll. Wow, MCF, you have like the most fun. I want to go live a day in the life of MCF sometime. You sound like you're having a great time. Not that I don't have a great time. I mean, I have to say, okay, I'll give you a little update on my job. So, I have left teaching. Not left teaching so much that I'm not teaching anything anymore. I'm still teaching firearms. So, and that's what I love, right? I love teaching firearms. So I'm doing that. But I've left the world of traditional school, public school, and private school education. So it has been absolutely the most beautiful thing, because on Sundays, I used to get Sunday blues so badly every single Sunday. I would just be like, I have to go to work tomorrow. Now, on a Sunday, I'll be like, oh, it's Sunday. I have to go to work tomorrow. Okay. And then that's it. No panic, no dread, nothing. I am not worried at all about going to work. I actually look forward to going to work. I love my job. I love my coworkers. it is just so much fun. And I don't know if I've ever really told you guys what my job duties are. But I work doing injection molding, and it's actually metal injection. So we are doing MIM parts for things, and I am getting to do mold changeovers. So the molds that we have are steel, and they're 600 to 800 pounds. And so I'll take one of those out of the machine, and then I put another one in, and we have to hook up, all the water and the electric. And then, of course, everything is controlled by robots. So I work with the robots, and we, have the computer screen where we have to program, put our recipes in, and, check our shot size and our dosage and all that stuff. So that is what I'm doing every day. And I am just loving it. I'm using my hands. I am constantly on my feet all day. We have these great big furnaces, these debined furnaces that we use. They are like about 350 degrees Celsius. So super hot, working with nitrogen and glycol and all kinds of things. So it's such a way, way, way different job than teaching. And it is so relaxed. And we just have a great time. We laugh and we joke all day, every day. And it is just so much fun. We get to talk about guns all day, every day. It is just amazing. So, I had a lot of people who actually kind of poo-pooed the idea of me quitting teaching. It was unbelievable how many people, even family members, I had family members who were like, "You're going to regret leaving teaching." And I can tell you, not for even a second have I regretted it. I am so happy and so relieved. It's a different world, and I feel like I'm finally free to be myself. I can't tell you what a relief that is. So yeah, it's just amazing. Cowboy Jeff. Cowboy Jeff says, so the coworkers you talk about are robots. Yes, Cowboy Jeff, they're all my friends. No, they're real live people. They are real life people. And this month actually was Employee Appreciation Month. So every Monday we had a different food truck come, and we could order whatever we wanted. And it's been so much fun. And so we don't usually take lunches together. We stagger our lunches during the week, but so we don't have to shut the machines down. But on Mondays, we shut the machines down, and we all go out and we order our food, and everybody eats at the same time. And it's just so much fun. It's a really great family. So, and they've all been very, very, very supportive of my YouTube endeavor. A lot of them actually log in and catch lives, or they watch my videos, my recorded videos. So it's just really, really cool. So, okay, I am going to get back to my comments here. Cowboy Jeff, please do not start talking in binary code. Don't forget, I actually taught robotics this last year too. And nope, don't want to go back to that route. So no binary code, please, please, please. MCF is trying to sound like a robot. I think he's saying boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. I can't sound like a robot. So MCF also says middle schools down here are being infiltrated by the Mexican cartels. They're recruiting kids in 7th and 8th grade. It's heartbreaking. Oh, that's just kind of sickening, isn't it? There's a whole lot I could say about that. But yeah, that's pretty sad. And honestly, like, this is why we have to pay attention. We have to pay attention. And my boss actually has two teenage daughters, and I've got two teenage daughters, and I saw a story the other day on a neighborhood watch page that I belong to on Facebook. And I don't know how true this is. You can't believe everything you read, obviously, but this post talked about how this guy's daughter would come home from work in the mornings, and there would be a black zip tie tied to her rear car door handle on the passenger side. And he said for the third morning in a row, he cut it off. And then he talked to his, I think, brother-in-law, who is a law enforcement officer. And the brother-in-law said, make sure you cut that off, because that's actually a tagging system for human trafficking. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't doubt it, because that's our world now. And so I just, if you have young women, especially in your lives, make sure that you always preach the importance to them of staying aware. It just always makes me so worried for my own daughters, because I think about how things can change in a second for them, and that they need to always be paying attention and mindful of their surroundings. So yeah, kind of scary. Michael Dunn. Michael Dunn says, whoa, I knew Jenny was a strong woman, but moving 800-pound molds. Yep, it's true. But it's so much fun. I tell you, the first couple of weeks that I was doing that, I was like, oh, my body just ached and ached and ached. And it doesn't now. Like, I'm used to doing it, but it is, it's definitely good work. It's a good workout. It's definitely a good workout. Okay. Reese says robots are fun sometimes until they alarm out at you. Then it's not fun. Now Cowboy Jeff is also beep beep boop booping. You guys are so silly. Let's see. Okay, so Brian's Custom Canvas says he used to be a plastic engineer in a medical industry with Pfizer and Merck. Oh yeah, I think I remember you mentioning that to me, actually. It was back when I was teaching, and yeah, now I remember you telling me about that. I think you had sent me an email about that. So see, I remember these things. Mind of a steel trap, Brian. I don't know. Not really. It's kind of a rusty steel trap, but that's okay. I'm honest about it. Reese says, that's what comes with wide open borders. Yeah, I was kind of going to go there too, Reese, but I thought, oh, I don't know how riled up I want to get you guys tonight. So, Critter, I got to highlight your comment. He says, can't afford to pay attention. Inflation ate it up. Yep. Darn that inflation. Michael Dunn says he doesn't doubt it either. They'll try anything. I know. Very, very scary. Even in my safe neighborhood, I still, I keep a tracker. I don't know about you guys. My kids have trackers on their phones. So, and they always have their phone with them. So I know where my girls are at. And I don't know. It's a very minimal thing to be able to do. It's definitely not a, fail safe, but at least I kind of have an idea where they're at most of the time. So Reese says human traffickers should be fed to a wood chipper. That reminds me of the movie, was it Fargo, where they were putting people in the wood chipper. Cowboy Jeff, I've seen the zip tie thing online saying that. Yeah, and again, like, I mean, I don't know. I hate to believe it, but I can't not believe it. So anyway, I brought up my boss. I had told him about it today. I said, "Hey, I know you've got teenagers," and I said, "I don't know how true this is, but it's always nice when parents stick together and kind of, you hear these things and you say, hey, be on the lookout for this." You just never know. Stephen Hall's going to bed. Stephen Hall, sweet dreams. Thank you so much for being here. He said he'll see us all later. Oh, and you're welcome for your hat. I saw earlier you said thank you, Jenny, for the hat. So I'm glad that you got it. So thank you to the Postal Service for getting it to you. Let's see. MCF says, it's not our kids the J. Crew has to worry about. It's the uninvolved, permissive parents of the kids they go to school with. You can do everything right as a parent and have it undone by other kids. Oh, that's so true. Yeah. And MCF, I'll take that one step further. Unfortunately, in schools, I feel like administration lets a lot slide that they wouldn't used to let slide. So kids are able to get away with more. They have less repercussions in the school. And so other kids get drug along with that. That's just one of the many things that I have seen wrong firsthand in our schools. I have seen administrators, when I sent kids out of my classroom to go to the office for doing something wrong, the administrator, I'd go out in the hallway and the administrator would be coddling the child and saying, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. That's not how we handle it. Okay. So when a teacher doesn't get backed up, when students are able to get away with that stuff, that is why we are growing up in a society, this generation, we talk about this at work a lot. This generation there are so many of them that are lazy and entitled. Not all of them, just a disclaimer here, but there are many who feel like they should not have to give 100%. And I see it all the time. And it's because they've been allowed to get away with that. So both at home and at school and at their jobs. So, it's just a very sad, sad state. Our society is getting lazier and lazier. Michael Dunn says we have Life 360 on our phones. That's what we have too, Michael Dunn. So you probably have the same alert tone, the every time somebody comes home or leaves again. Always, yep, a peace of mind for sure. Let's see. Critter says, nah, they should be staked down, covered in honey, and let nature take care of them. He's talking about the human trafficking rings. I would say that's true. Let's see. MCF, you must teach your kids gun safety. They have to be the ones telling their friends we shouldn't play with your parents' unsecured guns. That's very true. And honestly, like, I just want my kids to know, if they're ever in a situation, how to even just take a magazine out and rack the slide and get a live round out. I mean, I want my kids to know how to disable a firearm just as much as I want them to know how to shoot one. I want them to know how to disable one. So yeah, but you're right, MCF. And that's why, even I think that's one reason we feel like our concealed carry classes and our basic pistol classes are so important, because we have so many people that come into these classes never having handled a gun. And these are adults, right? So think about it. For every adult that comes in to our class completely unaware of how to handle their firearm safely, um, for every one adult, think about how many adults don't come into those classes and learn how to safely handle their firearm or store their firearm or whatever. So there are a lot more out there, I think, that don't know how to do that because they don't take the time to learn. So yeah, I think it's important for people of all ages to get educated, actually. Um, Reese, yes, the schools are afraid of lawsuits from parents. You're exactly right. And I have said for a long time now that education has become customer service, not education, because we are so worried about our customers being happy. We want our customers, the parents and the students, to be happy, that we lose sight of what's really important. How are we teaching these kids? What are we teaching these kids? Not just academics, but life skills, basic life skills, how to be respectful of other people, how to respect their elders or their, anybody who might be in charge of them if they go to work someday, God willing, that they are respectful of their boss, that they're respectful of the company they work for. We may not always agree with the company we work for, right? But sometimes we have to keep our nose to the grindstone and do what needs to be done. So they're not learning that in school anymore, and that's very sad. Michael Dunn says, that's our society now, all screwed up. Yep. MCF, funny story, MCF. So he says school admin is worn out by lawsuits and complaints. They hardly even have the courage to enforce a dress code anymore. True story, because I have seen firsthand kids come into even my children's school, girls wearing crop tops with their bellies hanging out. And I'm like, how is that okay? I can remember back in the day when I was a kid, when I was a young whippersnapper, if we wore a skirt to school or shorts to school, we had to have the length of that had to be longer. Like, I think it was like an inch or 2 inches longer than our longest fingertip, right? So if we put our arms down to our side, our skirt or our shorts or whatever had to be so much longer than our fingertips. That's not the case anymore. I mean, I see girls walking around with all kinds of things hanging out. So but again, that's our society. So, school is saying, yep, it's okay. You can dress that way here. And yeah, they are tired. They're tired and worn out, but I don't know. It's sad that parents have been given the ability to be able to make those calls, right? To call those shots. Affordable armory wants to know what my sub count is. I'm kind of afraid to look because I kind of forgot to do any promoting. Still 2002. We're still 9 away. So darn it. See, and we only have 11 more minutes to go. And I don't know, we'd have to get 1 subscriber per minute to be able to get up there, I think. So I'll keep you updated. I'll update you right before, just remind me right before the live ends. But yes, Michael Dunn, no one has respect for anyone. It's all about themselves. Yes, very true. MCF, my kids know the rules. Number 1, separate yourself from any situation that feels wrong. Yes, that's a hard one to teach because kids want to go along with the crowd. Number 2, your body is off limits to anyone but you. And number 3, say, sir, ma'am, please, thank you, excuse me, often. MCF, I don't know how old your kids are, but I would have loved to have your kids in school. I'm just saying. I'm sure the teachers appreciated your kids too, because I didn't hear or see a lot of that. So Michael Dunn says, if your clothes do not fit, it doesn't mean you can go to Walmart and fit in. People of Walmart. Cowboy Jeff said, when I was a kid, I couldn't have a cap, but I could have a pocket knife. That's right. Yeah, you can't wear a hat anywhere, right? But you can carry a pocket knife. It's the same as, even my husband has talked about driving to school and with the pickup truck with the rifles and shotguns in the back window in the gun rack. And, I remember seeing that even when I was going to school too. Like, I went to a rural high school, and yeah, I mean, even teachers would come to school with guns in their gun rack in the back of their pickup truck. So those were the days. Those were the days. MCF, example outfits from 7th graders. Baby doll tank top with yeehaw on chest, 6 inches of tummy, pajama bottoms, and a pudding necklace. MCF, you sound a little too knowledgeable about this. I don't know. I think MCF has been shopping at Forever 21. I don't know. Sounds like something my daughter would be trying to look at, and I'd be like, "Excuse me, no." Reese, some of my coworkers wear their pajamas to work, and it's okay. I've interviewed people who show up in their jammies. What? How is that okay? Unless you're working in the medical field and those pajamas are called scrubs. I don't know. I don't know about that. Reese is laughing at pudding necklace. I agree. That is kind of funny. So before we wrap anything up here, I just want to say I have a few more of these left. So the Jenny J hat, don't forget. Oh, this one must be my. I must have grabbed my husband's hat because it's really big on me. It's a little bit bigger than the one I think mine is actually in my work backpack because I take it to work every day. So I just grabbed the one I saw, and apparently it was my hubby's. So whoops. Anyway, still have some of those. Still have some of these little beauties. So if anybody wants those, email me, jennyj1911@usa.com. Now I have some terrible hat head. That's okay. I'll just be going to bed after this. So, so one last thing I wanted to mention was the last 2 videos that I put out. I was so excited for these videos. So first of all, the first one I did, in case you didn't catch it, I did the Giles 1911 video, and that was the coolest gun. So if you didn't watch the video, I talked in that about how when my friend Les was saying, hey, you can borrow this gun, and he was explaining this extended rib for the sight on it, and I kept thinking, what is he? I couldn't envision it. I couldn't envision it. So he said, we have an arrangement for when we go in there and we record outside of their business hours so that we have the range all to ourselves, and we can set our cameras up and set our lights up. Like, it's a whole big thing, guys. I'm telling you what, we've decided we're probably going to have to buy one of those white utility creeper vans to start transporting all of our lights and our cameras and stuff. So when we go out there, Les hands me this 1911 and opens the case up and shows me, and I was like, oh, that's wild. I mean, it's really wild. I forget what I said the rib measurement, it was like an 1.5 inches or something, 2 inches past the end of the barrel. So that was super cool, and that actually spurred some comments from some of you guys talking about, hey, Dominion, I'm glad to see you are here, Dominion DS. Dominion DS is a personal friend of mine now. I've met him, and he's going to actually be a guest on the show very, very soon. You guys are going to love, love, love him. He is phenomenal. So I cannot wait to have him on the show. So anyway, so yeah, we shot that, and then people start making comments and saying, well, if you love that Giles 1911, you should try the Smith & Wesson 52. Well, Les saw those comments. He actually replied to some of those comments on YouTube, and he said, I'll share my 52 with Jenny soon. Well, in case you didn't see the video, he had not one, but two 52s. He had a 52-1 and a 52-2. So I got to shoot both of them, and they were incredible. And I think one thing that made me like them so much is they're so similar to a 1911. I mean, you know how I feel about 1911s. I love them. Love, 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 love them. And I think that these 52s were very much like that. So easy to shoot, so soft to shoot. Seriously, it was just almost like shooting a 22. I mean, the trigger was so crisp, and it was just glorious. And shooting 38 wad cutters, I mean, that's so much fun. It's just so much fun. So if you have not seen those videos, make sure you go check them out. We do have a couple of reloading videos coming up very soon that we're going to be putting out. We also have, I want to say four more gun videos right now that we're kind of in the works. We've done parts of the videos, and so I have to do, wrap all that up and work on the editing, but we've got 4 more of those right now. So, yeah, we've got lots and lots coming down the pike, which also, because I've been making so many more videos and really content heavy videos, because I'm doing a lot of research too for these videos. Because of that, I have fallen way behind on responding to comments. And so if I miss your comment, if I haven't had a chance to respond to your comment, I'm very, very, very sorry. I'm trying to get caught up on those, but I am loving being able to do this for you guys. It is just, I'm having the time of my life, seriously having the time of my life doing this. So it is just so much fun. Reese, oh, that's another gun. Reese says he was wondering what was in the CZ box. I'm not going to tell you yet. It is not a Shadow 2. I will tell you that much. It is from the custom shop. I will also tell you that much. So, and it is a gun that we own now. So it's one of our own personal guns. And yeah, so you'll get to see that soon, Reese. You'll get to see that soon. Make sure you are watching out for that. So Michael Dunn says a candy van. No. Yeah, I know. No, we'll never get one of those unless we wrap it. We could wrap it so it says Jenny J 1911 on it. How cool would that be? And have like a picture of a 1911 on the side. Okay, somebody send me a van. That'd be so much fun. Let's see. Michael Dunn says, Cowboy Jeff, we need to get Jenny to come up to Boone's someday. Boone's, I don't know, other than like Boone's Farm. I don't know what Boone's is. And I'm sure that's not what you're talking about. Minnesota shooting. Okay. So it must be a range, I'm guessing, in Minnesota. That would be super cool. MCF has some video ideas. So the Spearman Challenge, 8 out of 10 hits at 40 yards. That would be fun. I'd like to go shoot outside this weekend. We're hoping that the weather forecast kind of chills out a little bit. It's kind of supposed to be hot this weekend. I'm hoping that doesn't come to fruition. Yeah. Critter 9A, Boone's Farm is in California. Yes. Yeah. I didn't think they were talking about Boone's Farm. And that I wasn't talking about that Boone's Farm. So guns. Okay. Boone's Fine Guns in Isle, Minnesota. I'll have to look that up. That sounds really cool. Yeah, Knott's Berry Farm, Critter 9A. I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Boone's Farm, I think, is adult beverage, right? Isn't that? I remember my parents talking about that. It was like really cheap, right? So anyway, this is going to be a wrap for tonight. I have had so much fun talking about nothing and everything with you guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate you being here and supporting me always. I love reading your comments. I love hearing your dialogue with each other. I love the fact that you guys are willing to help each other out and network together. So this is just amazing. And I really hope you all have a great week. Please make sure you keep watching out for those videos. Share them with your friends. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Please, please, and thank you. Make sure you hit the like button on all the videos. Just go to my YouTube channel and click on like on every video. You don't even have to watch it right now. Just click like on all of them. I mean, that'd be fine. But go back and watch them later and watch the ads, all of the ads. So I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you for being here. And I can't wait to talk to you all again soon.